is the current president, Cowpea Farmers and Marketers of Nigeria, and also a member of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Zero Rejection. You're welcome to Business Express, Mr. Shitu.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Now we're having to hear that since about 2016, there's been an active ban on Nigerian beans from the EU. What exactly are the issues before these commodity exporters and farmers in Nigeria? I mean, it's a lot of years, we'll say.
Yes, thank you. The ban started in 2015.
Okay.
They gave us 2 to 3 years. And what is the matter is that Nigerian being the largest producer or farmer of beans, cowpea in particular, the residuals that they find in our beans, that is the diclovos pesticide that we apply. In the world standard, it is about 0.1% that is accepted, but in Nigeria you find out that we have over 4.6 kilogram in a kilogram of beans, and because of that they put this ban, because these are what causes a lot of diseases, diarrhea,
sometimes you hear people just eat beans and die.
Yes, because of the pesticide, because of diclovos that is applied. And so by 2018 they're supposed to lift the ban. They still find out that we've not been able to comply, but we all put our head together, the farmers, NAFDAC and NOA and other group, and we found out that the best way to go about it is to put up standardization document with which it will guide our agricultural produce, not only beans, with all other fruits. And where these problems are coming from is that we now look at it especially from the cultivation then to the storage. In the storage, when you are storing beans, you know, some people put a lot of maybe these chemicals that are not the diclovos, and then something like even snipers, some people add. So all these we have to enlighten Nigerians to be able to know that they are dangerous to health.
Okay, please, if I can just come in here before you, sorry, let me just pause you a bit. We find weevils in beans and other insects in beans when you keep them for some time, and the argument has always been that you would have to use chemicals to preserve the beans. What are the acceptable preservation methods that are available to us in Nigeria presently?
For us now, with technology improve a lot of things. We find a new bag with which if you put these beans, you store the beans with the bags, there will be no any insect or something that will enter it.
Yeah, that's breaking news to me.
Yeah, there's a bag now. And then we also find that there are ways that you put your storage that even in a local manner in which this insect could not penetrate into your beans. So with this new technological advancement, we start enlightening our farmers, and then we are looking at it that we put them in clusters, because when you put them in clusters for the next 2-3 years, you look at it that you can now teach them the best agricultural practice. That's from the cultivation, how do you cultivate, how do you store, and then we found out that even the trailers with which we transport our agricultural product, sometimes you transport animals or you transport some chemicals, then you take the same trailer without cleaning the trailer,
or perhaps transport them together,
then it affects the food. So all these measures have been taken, and then we also, from the document we have now, you have international standard organization like ISO, you have our Nigerian standard organization, you have our NAFDAC, which are going to also, in fact, and the agricultural quarantine services are all coming on board to be able to examine and look at the product that you are taking out. Unlike before, that a trader just go to the port, and transport those goods and ship them out of Nigeria. Now it has to go through standardization. All these agencies have to look at it, and then they know where those products are coming from, who has the product, and then if anything go wrong, you know that you could be punished. And then you know there's no system that if you have reward, you must also have punishment. So, and then people know that they will be punished for misconduct or not practicing agricultural practices in a way that it will help the health of the country and the people. Then we will take them. So people will comply. And as soon as they comply, as soon as we know who bring the social beans, we know where it might from. If it is from Kafanchan, we know that it's from Kafanchan.
Where is it, my Kafanchan?
If it's from Maiduguri, we know that it comes from Maiduguri. If it comes from Oyo, we know it comes. So we know particular farm that is coming. And that is why we, the farmers, are now organizing ourselves now into clusters, so that the next 2-3 years we teach our farmers.
But there's a whole lot of people who are not in this organized farming sector. How do you get them into the system?
That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Talking to Nigerians, let them get in our way. Now I'm telling you about a new bag that I just come out, that you don't need to waste your time in the storage of your beans or other product. And so also other sector like yam and co. So the enlightenment is very, very important. Education, we go to town hall, we go to villages, we cluster the farmers. All these are information emanation. They will be going out and everybody will start getting, because now beans is something that will give Nigerian a lot of income. And so we must be serious about it.
So, like, how much are we losing now that that market space is closed for us?
Because at least we expect to produce nothing less than 4 to 10 million tons. And maybe we're having only by 1 million now. So we can see what we are losing. We are losing billions of dollars of income. And then many of us that import at earlier stage of the ban lost a lot of money, and even to individual and to the nation, because whenever you use this money, you put it into this business and you export it, and then in fact in some countries you are also even asked to pay for damaging the beans. You have to pay. So it's fine, they fine. And then the name of the country, and even the local consumption, we have not been able to meet up. In fact, sometimes you have to go to Niger, to bring in beans to be able to feed the country. And so we definitely, as a farmer, it's time for us to gear up, put our house in order, and that's why we are talking about this cluster farming.
Okay.
Promote best practice agricultural practice system.
Okay. In putting the house in order, zero rejection. That report, can you just also enlighten us on what it means?
Well, it's for us now to improve internally, and that is why we bring all these agencies and now putting standardization of our product and making sure that we have in ISO, we have a Nigerian standard organization, we have other relevant like the agricultural quarantine, that before you export, it gets some labs, it gets to some standardization. They look at your product. Then, unlike before, that you just move into port, ship your good on your own, you are no more on your own. The country is now with this document. The country stand by you as an exporter and then monitor you as an exporter and monitor the product.
Okay, so what is the starting point for an exporter?
The starting point is for you to get to this standardization. First of all, as a farmer, we are starting by clustering them. So we know that whatever come out of each farm that we cluster is up to the standard. And then secondly, you now involve NAFDAC, you involve ISO, then international organizations, standard organizations that will also engage, that will certify your goods.
So that certification is actually very, very necessary.
Very, very
in fact, I would say that's just the gateway.
The gateway
Yes.
certification, because when you are certified, they know you. They know, and then international community know those organizations that certify you. So our goods can now compete favorably with other international goods.
Okay, I must sincerely thank you, Mr. Kabir Shitu, for taking time to throw light on the issues, and we hope that in the very, very short time we'll see Nigerian beans or cowpea back there in that space.
Thank you. That's our prayer.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the program. We move